Hi, I'm Cie Peterson. I've been an acting coach and a director and a voiceover artist for quite a long time now, and this is the first in a series of acting lessons that I will be distributing both online and on my website at www.ciepeterson.com. Please visit me there. I'm available for online coaching if you need that, and I do schedule workshops and classes in the Hartford, Connecticut area. Today we're going to start with a very fundamental lesson. So the more experienced actors out there, this may be a good reminder for you. Sometimes we get on automatic pilot, and this will help you go into manual override. And certainly for the beginning actors, this is going to be important because as a beginning actor, you really don't know how to play your instrument. As an actor, this is our instrument, our face and our voice and our body, our imagination and creativity. That's all part of it. And so because we bring it all to the table, we think that we know how to play it. But just like if you hand someone a violin and tell them to play it without giving them any lessons, they most likely won't do the right thing. Some prodigies will, but most people will make very sour music with that violin unless someone shows them how to play it. You also probably don't know exactly what you should be doing as an actor without someone telling you, and that's what I'm hoping to do for you. So we're going to start with the word I always start with. Many of my acting students have asked me if I made it up, but I didn't. The word is verisimilitude. And it means having the appearance of truth. Because make no mistake about it, the only thing that truly speaks from the stage is truth. If you're not being truthful on stage, you can certainly entertain people. I've seen more than my fair share of mediocre or even less than mediocre performances where people were entertained and enjoyed it. But you won't actually really speak from the stage, grab somebody, really do what it is that you're trying to do as a performer unless you can really convey a sense of truth in what you are doing. So, verisimilitude, having the appearance of truth. Well, as actors, typically when we're on stage, we are portraying people, which means that we have to portray those people, live as those people on stage, the same way as people live off stage in real life. And what is it that people do? Well, people engage in action. People engage in the pursuit of objectives and goals all day, every day, from the minute they wake up in the morning until the minute they go to sleep. It's true. You may have to think about that a little bit, but it is really the truth. And so you must be doing the same thing on stage. You cannot emote or just play a mood because that will not ring as truthful because that's not what we do. We don't walk into a room and decide, I'm going to look like I'm angry and then try and affect some general sense of what anger looks like. We huff and puff and maybe we yell and shake our fist. Of course, that's not what anger always looks like. Maybe that's not what your anger ever looks like. It's certainly not what my anger looks like all the time. Sometimes our anger is very quiet and seething, and sometimes it's very explosive. But from person to person, and even from anger to anger within one person, it can look different. The reason why we appear angry to people is because our emotions are byproducts of our doing. And in the case of anger, typically it's probably a byproduct of not being able to do what it is that we want to do or what we are trying to do. So right now I have an action, I have a doing or a goal, and that is to get you to trust me, to believe that I can help you be a better actor and to believe that what I'm saying is true. That's my action. And everything that I'm doing right now is in pursuit of me achieving that action. If we were together in person, I'd be able to check in with you and see if I'm getting close to that, if what I'm trying to do is working. And if it isn't, then I would adjust what I'm doing to get closer to that goal, to achieving that objective. And that's what we must be doing on stage. So when you're on stage, you must ask yourself, what is it that I want to do really to the other person? What is it I want that person to know or to believe or to do or to give me or to say? And when you are doing that, you will be engaged in an action, and that will be the first step towards your beginning to live truthfully on stage. we'll do more with that as we go along. The other really nice thing about having a good action, something that you're really grounded in and that you're excited to pursue, but that you really pursue fully, is that it will keep your attention on the person you're doing it to or the people you are doing it to. So if you're a beginning actor, you probably have had many times where you're very self-conscious, which is exactly what the word says. Your consciousness is on yourself. How do I look? How do I sound? Is grandma in the third row watching me, and does she like the show? But that's not where you want to be. You want your attention and effort to be on the other person. Just like right now, my attention and effort is on the camera and trying to reach to you and get you to believe that the things I'm saying are so. That's where my attention and effort are. You want your attention and effort on the person that you are trying to do something to in your scene. Maybe you're trying to get them to give you their prized possession, or maybe you're trying to get them to trust you, or maybe you're trying to get them to stop whatever it is they've been trying to do to you. Those are all actions. And so that's what you should be doing. So for today, we'll leave it there. If you've been emoting, if you know that you're standing on stage and you're emoting and trying to just portray an emotion or a mood, now is the time to stop doing that. How do you start portraying that action? Well, we'll talk about that more in the next lesson and make it a little easier for that to make sense and for you to start to do that. In the meantime, if you have some questions about this or you'd like to talk to me, please do get in touch. Again, my website is www.ciepeterson.com, and I'd be very happy to hear from you. You can email me if you have any questions and I will get back to you, or be in touch. Again, I love to connect on LinkedIn or just to hear from you. So look for the next episode where we'll be talking about how to create those actions, how to create those objectives that you're going to play on stage. And until then, break a leg. Bye-bye.